Hull City this evening, no recognised striker amongst their ranks in a side which shows a couple of changes. No Oscar, Longman out of the team tonight. Malcolm Abue is dropped to the bench with Ryan Longman. The team in full is Darlow in goal, Coyle, Jones, McLaughlin and Greaves in a continuing back four, Seri, Slater, and then Traore, Tufan, Sayed and Pelkas blended together as the attacking force. Sayed the most experienced up front, but Traore and Tufan could work as a pair. The bench for Hull City: Matt Ingram, Callum Elder, Greg Doherty, Malcolm Abue, Ryan Woods, Ryan Longman and Xavier Simons. Slater now for Seri. Seri just swats off Clark, and Seri now through the middle. The ball will come towards Traore before being poked out of play for a throw-in by Sunderland. But Hull City in a good place now as the large Sunderland contingent try and get behind their team. There was talk that there might be up to 40,000 here tonight. Coyle caught in possession cheaply. He's got to rush back here because Sunderland can counter towards the penalty area. Ball just gets stuck in the bootlaces, and now it's in the area. Chance for Sunderland to score, but they just pull it wide of the target. And out wide, Roberts had an involvement, but Coyle lost possession very cheaply. It sets Sunderland on their way on the halfway line. We saw Diallo heavily involved, playing a little ball into the penalty area, and Joe Geldhart will be disappointed that he couldn't connect at the back post following Roberts' shot, and it's well brought down too in the middle by Jack Clark, who finds Amad Diallo. Diallo down the middle, looking for a through ball option with three in red and white ahead of him. Plays it right towards Roberts. Greaves is there on the edge of the box. Roberts though skips past him, puts it on a plate for Geldhart. Well, he thought at first he had, but it was a little bit too high for him. Geldhart leaped with his head. Sunderland still with a chance. They whip the ball towards the back post. It might have glanced the post on the way past as Carl Darlow put his right hand to the ball. Didn't touch it, but Sunderland are pressing and they're knocking on the door in the early stages. The chipped cross back, and then Sayed couldn't get it clear, and because he was committed and Coyle was in the area, it found its way towards Lyndon Gooch, who decided to take it on himself with a whipped ball. Lots of curve to it. Tony Mowbray will be encouraged by the way that his team have started this one. Alfie Jones. Jones now finds Coyle right in front of Tony Mowbray's technical area, plays it infield towards Seri. Pelkas and Tufan both igniting runs forward and pointing. Seri though will find Slater, and he spotted Tufan in the area. Chance to shoot, and Tufan takes it. Ozan Tufan netted at the MKM versus Sunderland, and he's got his first ever pair of goals in a season. Sixth goal of the season. It equals his best ever tally. Sunderland with the best two chances so far in the game, and with Hull's first significant chance, it is taken after 11 minutes. Sunderland 0, Hull City 1. Sunderland's midfield just backed away from Seri, and that allowed him to play the ball through. It's a brilliant finish from Tufan. 18 yards out, didn't even need to take a touch, and Regan Slater, who's been a goal scorer this season, is a provider to Hull's second highest scorer. That has arrowed into the top right corner. Liam Rossigna delighted on the touchline. He put both arms wide apart and let out a roar of celebration. Now across towards Coyle. Coyle down the line, finds Sayed Manesh, infield to Traore, back to Coyle again, as it's all on the floor for Hull City, and Sunderland resisting temptation to press, but Traore slots it through nicely for Sayed Manesh towards the box again. Hull City trying to strike while the iron's hot. Sayed Manesh laying it off to Pelkas in the middle, who hooks a shot over the bar, but suddenly, after 10 minutes of promise for Sunderland, the next 5 minutes have been quite discontentful for the home team. And Sayed Manesh side-footing it into the area for Pelkas. Don't think he had time to take a touch. Through ball towards Simon-Esch, takes a touch away from the defence, holds it up for Coyle. Coyle into the area, big save from Patterson as Slater arrived. He took a shot from 10 yards in the middle of the penalty area, and a reaction save from Patterson stops it from being 2-0. What a glorious chance for Hull City. Seri in possession on the centre circle. He thought he was going to get a free kick as he tried to actually put his body on the ball. Coyle tries to catch Jack Clark. Sunderland in the area. Diallo, he will play it across to Clark. It's sliced into the path of Roberts. And Sunderland reply. Geldart the scorer. 20 minutes gone. And it's taken 9 minutes for Sunderland to respond. They had a moment or two where they couldn't pass together, but they've, with a little bit of luck, managed to find each other in the penalty area. Should it, however, have been a free kick in the build-up. 1-1 is the score. So down the other end, what a chance for Regan Slater. And then Seri gathered the ball in the Sunderland half. He twisted and turned on the ball, lost his footing, and then scrambled to try and get it. I don't think that's a free kick. And then Sunderland broke with an extra man. Coyle slid in, maybe could have stayed on his feet and tried to gather the Sunderland man that way. Diallo across to Roberts and then to Joe Geldart. And that is his first home goal for Sunderland. And Sunderland are on the move again. Diallo into the area. Clark, he's 10 yards out, and Sunderland go 2-1 up. And this time Diallo, who supplied the first pass in the box, is the beneficiary. 2 goals in 2 minutes. The game is turned on its head. The stands around me are going wild, flags are waving, and it's high fives and pats on the back to the right of the penalty area for Sunderland. It's gone goal crazy after 22 minutes. Sunderland 2, Hull City 1. And it was Traore who lost it from kick-off. Jones played it to him, and Hull City couldn't gather themselves. That is a sloppy goal to concede. Diallo played it over towards Clark, into the middle, 8 yards out. And the Manchester United loanee, who is red hot for Sunderland, nets in the red and white and puts Sunderland in front. And now Hull City win it again in midfield. It's Traore, he's got options either side. Into the area, Patterson, big save, Simon-Esch! It's 2-2! Incredible scenes at the Stadium of Light, and Aliar Sayyed-Manesh has brought parity and an equaliser for the Tigers. Goal-scoring carnage. And this stadium, huge in size, large crowd tonight, silenced all of a sudden as Hull City win the ball in midfield. Traore with the through ball, the shot came in from Pelkas, saved very well by Patterson, and Sayyed-Manesh on the right side of the penalty area is able to benefit from the ball hitting Patterson's chest, in off the crossbar. And Sunderland in this second half seem to have had more of an opportunity to get a stranglehold of the match. But they've lost the ball in their midfield, and it's with Traore, 30 yards out, holding on to it, 2 to his left. Elder's first touch of the game, tries to slide it down the line infield towards Slater. He's kept it in on the byline. Slater scores! Regan Slater takes advantage of a switch off in the Sunderland defence. He's got back-to-back away goals. Everyone stopped. They thought it was out of play, and Hull City have reclaimed the lead they had in the first half. Sunderland 2, Hull City 3, and after second half pressure at one end, Slater sucker punches Sunderland at the other. And this time it came about from Sunderland losing the ball in their midfield, and Traore held on to it, and Elder is immediately amongst the action with his first touch of the game. That freeze frame suggests that the ball was going out, but not enough for the whole ball to be out of the dimensions of the pitch, and Slater from 6 yards has rifled it into the net. 20 minutes or so to go. Sunderland on the move with Clark. Clark having a run here at Alfie Jones. Was he pushed over in the area? Yes, he was. Keith Stroud points for a penalty. And I have to say, I thought that was, as soon as Jones made that contact, my personal opinion was that he was walking a tightrope with the referee. That first contact suggests that he led with the hands first and then with just trying to put his body around Clark, and Diallo with a very straight run-up against the Magpie loanee goalkeeper in Darlow. It's Diallo with a stutter, and it's in off the post. Darlow went the right way. Amad Diallo picks the ball up and runs back to halfway. Darlow, hands on his head. He thought he'd done enough. Not to be. Sunderland 3, Hull City 3. Darlow thought that his 2 hands on the ball had done enough to push it wide of the post, but the post isn't his friend there. And Patterson's ball forward is not cleared very smartly by Darlow. It's got enough on it though to find Seri as it was sliced through the air. Hull City just seeming to be a bit more direct in their approach and not build from the back, as Sunderland, with 4 coming forward in a quartet line, will play to Clark on the left of that quartet. Jones holding his ground, teed up to the edge of the area, into the area, Pritchard, and then a magnificent save from Darlow, reactionary, as Hume was in the middle, preventing an almost certain goal, but that key word of almost means it stays 3-3. Sunderland, remember, still hunting those playoff places. A win tonight would put them 4 points off, with results going their way this afternoon. Defeat for West Brom as Hull City can't keep the ball in play, and it will be a goal kick Sunderland's way. Oh no, sorry, it will be a throw-in. And the attendance just played out on the stadium monitor. Over 40,000 here in the Stadium of Light, and the majority of them could be cheering again because they found a way through the defence. Diallo pushes it centrally. There's an unmarked man in Clark! Sunderland lead at the Stadium of Light! And all those around me go absolutely crazy. There is another twist, and it's a twist that favours the Black Cats. Jack Clark makes it Sunderland 4, Hull City 3. What a match, and what a time to score. There's only 9 minutes left. And this one came from a throw-in right down by the corner flag. There's no shape to Hull City's midfield in this instance, and Sunderland took full advantage of that. On hand though to get rid of it. He tries it again. Doherty well positioned in the middle of the half to then try and poke it forward. Diallo shown his class tonight, and he's just done it there. He's turned so sweetly on the ball, and he's played in Clark. Clark behind the defence, over the top of the crossbar. Should have been 5. But the Manchester United loanee, as the minutes tick by, is growing more and more in confidence, and that turn in the middle of the park showed his class. Last set piece of the match, and there's 6 in waiting in black and amber. Everyone in red and white is back. Elder towards the front of the penalty area of the 6-yard box, flicked away, only out to the edge of the area. Traore stands it up to Slater. He's in the box. He's tripped. That's a penalty. It's been given. Hull City have a penalty in the 96th minute. Slater was tripped, no question. And Keith Stroud, who gave a penalty at one end, now gives Hull City the escape route to a point. Tony Mowbray is having words with the fourth official and the linesman, but surely there can't be any complaint. Tufan waiting. Pictures of the fans in the crowd who are anxious, nervous, nail-biting end. Tufan scores for Hull City. And Ozan Tufan, who started this goal-crazy night, is the one who kills off Sunderland's winning performance. Even Darlow has come up from the other end. The Sunderland fans are pouring out of this stadium, and Hull City, with the biggest get-out-of-jail card possible, comes from a penalty, and it was the final kick of this incredible match at the Stadium of Light.